beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to your reading for January 22nd through the 28th. Whoop, and look at that, we got some cards already falling out here for you. Wow, 2 major arcana cards to start off the week. Let's keep going here. We'll pull out your other cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So Aquarius, right off the bat, looking at your reading here for the week, it looks like that you are going through a lot of instability and indecisiveness. There is a lot of energy here of hurt, confusion, pain, and really struggling to try and figure things out and get things done. And we'll get into each individual card for this week, but just right off the bat, looking at everything, there is just a lot of stuff already going on for you that makes it pretty difficult to think clearly at this time. On Monday here, your first card that came out was the High Priestess in reverse. And this tells me that you're struggling to connect with your intuition and you're struggling to connect with the inner knowing inside of you that tells you the direction that you're supposed to be going and the things that you're supposed to be doing. The High Priestess is learning to trust your intuition, and it could be that your intuition is trying to tell you something right now, and instead of being unable to hear it, you are hearing what is being said to you, but you find yourself in a place of not wanting to accept what you are being told to do. The High Priestess is, it's this person who has knowledge and wisdom, and they not only have knowledge and wisdom, but they know how to apply it. They know how to put it into action within their lives. So I'm feeling as though, you are in this place of needing to follow and listen to your intuition, and something is blocking you from being able to do that right now. Then on Tuesday here, you have the Hanged Woman. This card is about being between two realities. The Hanged Woman is this person in this space between life and death. It's this, the last breath of being before they move on to the next world. And so it's kind of like having your feet in two separate realities, and you're kind of spanning this space, this in-between space. And what I'm getting here for you, Aquarius, is that you can see the life on the other side of this. You see what you want your life and what you want your world to look like. And in fact, you may be on the precipice of a new change or a new start within your life. But there's still some energy within the past, within your old life in this. And, sometimes we have to let go of stuff before we can fully move into the new. So with the Hanged Woman, I feel as though a lot of what's going on here is, lack of direction, but it's not that it's a lack of direction. It's a lack, you know the direction you want to go. You have this, with the Hanged Woman, you have a vision for the future and the world that you want to step into, but it's knowledge or confusion about how to get there, knowledge about the steps needed in order to get there. I feel like that's kind of part of what the rest of this week is. It's a lot of this confusion or this pain, this lack of rest, trying to move through these things because you want to get into this new space for yourself, but you find yourself unable to get there. Let's move on to Wednesday here. And Wednesday you have the Two of Swords in reverse. Now this one can mean needing to make a decision, as we were saying. It kind of follows the Hanged Woman in that there's two realities or two swords here that are trying to gain traction. Right now they are locked in a stalemate of decision or a stalemate of action. And one of them needs to put in more work or do something else that is going to gain the upper hand here. And what I'm feeling is that you are stuck between these two realities or situations for yourself where there's kind of an equal pull, and when there's an equal pull, equal energy in both directions, there's stagnation. There's no energy or movement occurring, When these swords are locked, they're both pulling at the same time in opposite directions, and these swords are moving nowhere. And so this can mean that it's time for you to make a decision to choose one sword over the other so that you can start to see this momentum. But it can also just mean that, there are two decisions in front of you, and both of them have merit. Both of them have, the possibility of taking you in this direction that you want to go and where you want to see yourself. And because they both have equal merit, you're not sure which one to pick. That both decisions seem to be equal within your eyes. And so trying to pick where to go or what decision to make, you're kind of locked in this stalemate, this stale energy of trying to figure out where you want to go. Moving on to Thursday, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. And I feel like a lot of this decision that you're trying to make has to do with your home and your foundations. On Thursday here, we have the full moon happening in the sign of Leo, which is actually the sign opposite of Aquarius in the zodiac. So this full moon is actually occurring in opposition. And so what this means for you, Aquarius, is that this is a really challenging time. This is a really challenging full moon to be having because it's in exact opposition for your natural tendencies. And the full moon in Leo is calling us to let go of our expectations or letting go of the things that we are holding on to, the feelings that we have about ourselves. And it's trying to step into our light and allow ourselves to be seen for who we are. With this Four of Wands in reverse, this is a card of evaluating your foundations. It's trying to figure out the base for your life, the things that you're building your life on. Are you in a job or a relationship right now that's just not working for you? Trying to figure out, how do I remake my life? How do I remake these foundations, these very important pillars of my life? How do I figure them out so that I can start to adjust them to help me live the life that I want to live? And I feel like that's pretty much the main point of what it is that you're trying to figure out here, Aquarius, is you're trying to figure out, where do I want to be within my life, and what things do I need to change within my base that I need to change in order to move forward and build this life that I want to see for myself. Then from there we move on to the Four of Swords in reverse. This card is about needing to take a rest, needing to take a break and allow yourself to rest. And for some of you, it could be that you feel as though you can't take a rest at this time because of needing to evaluate your foundations, needing to evaluate, for some of you, evaluating your home life or where you feel safe and comfortable and seen for who you are. So some of you feel as though you can't take this rest, this Four of Swords, because you feel as though you're not in a good place, or now's not a good time for you to be taking a break to rest. But what I'm seeing here, Aquarius, is that you are exhausted. In fact, the following day on here, you have the Three of Swords, which shows a lot of pain. It shows that, you are needing to rest, and not being able to take this rest with this Four of Swords is causing you, actual physical discomfort and pain. It's causing you to overwork yourself to the point of needing to stop. If you don't make time to take care of something now in the little bits, then you will end up having to take care of it with a big situation. So I'm really feeling here that, even though you may not feel as though now's the proper time to take a rest here, Aquarius, that you really actually need to take a step back and rest. And we can get caught up in this productivity and trying to do so much and trying to fix and change and take care of all these things that we can end up, causing more problems and burning ourselves out beyond what we, are able to handle. This is a Friday here, and so you're moving into the weekend with this card. Try to take some time to rest this weekend if you can. Try to take some time to take care of yourself and to take a step back from things so that you can actually take care of the important stuff that you need. Because if you're burning the candle at both ends, eventually you're going to run out and you won't have the energy or the time to take care of stuff when you need it the most. We talked about the Four of Swords. Now let's talk about this Three of Swords here on Saturday. And so as we said, the Three of Swords can indicate pain. And especially after that Four of Swords in reverse, we were saying of needing to take a rest, and being unable to do so can bring you pain. if you are overworking yourself or you're trying to push past this limit, trying to reach these goals, you can strain yourself. You know, for some of you, this can be actual physical discomfort from working too hard, or this can even be emotional overwhelm and exhaustion. So again, just try to take some time to take care of yourself and be cautious about where you're spending your energy and what you are trying to accomplish at this time. Because if you're not careful, you could end up doing more harm in the long run than just, you know, taking a break for a day. Because really, if you take a break for a minute, what's the worst that can happen? You know, stuff doesn't get taken care of for a day, but you take care of yourself. And from there, you can have, you know, more energy and time to take care of things that are important. Whereas if you end up overworking yourself and end up with an injury, you're going to set yourself way, way more behind than if you had just taken a single day to rest and take care of yourself. And lastly, here for you, Aquarius, you have the Nine of Wands. And so I will say that this card does have a piece of good news to it, in that you are at almost the end of a fight. You are at the, you know, the 11th hour here. And it's telling you to keep pushing on. And, you know, I know that you're tired. I know that you're at the end of this battle. That's what the Nine of Wands is it's the end of a battle. You're standing behind your battlements here and ready to keep fighting. And, you know, with this being the 9, it's, you know, the card right before the 10, which is the end. So it's trying to say that, you know, there's still a little bit that you still have to do, but you are on the horizon. You know, this is the dawn of the end here, so that you can actually take a break, take a rest. So, you know, don't lose hope. Keep pushing on. Keep fighting. You are almost at the end of this trial, this tribulation that is happening for you here. And don't lose hope. You know, just try to keep on keeping on. Keep taking care of yourself. And even if things aren't working out in this moment, even if you're tired, you know, things will eventually work out. It's just a matter of time, and it takes time to, you know, work out and go through all of these things. So anyway, thank you, Aquarius, for being here today. I hope that this reading was able to help you in some way and to help you kind of, you know, figure things out. And I hope that you have a good rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.